name is Lauren Amaris, and on October 22, 2011, I swam from Alcatraz to San Francisco to raise money for two nonprofit organizations. This is the story of the planning, training, and execution of my own athletic fundraiser.
My father actually taught me something that is very true. Consider that very few people do this in the world. I mean, the whole world, very few people challenge the open water swimming.
It's always been something that's like the Alcatraz swim I've always kind of wanted to do, and I don't think I would have been able to do it had it not been for my coach. So that was one reason, and another reason is you're just more involved, and I feel like people, you know, respect the cause a lot more.
I've been doing triathlon since I was 8, and being able to kind of combine the charity aspect with something that I already loved doing was a great kind of just way to combine two things that I was passionate about.
My sport is swimming, and I really enjoy it, and for me this is a way that I can put my swimming to good use.
Ron was just, he was like my second dad, basically. Like I probably haven't spent, aside from my parents, I haven't spent that much time with any other adult, and so he was a big part of my life, and swimming for and raising money in his name wasn't like a hard decision to make, you know.
In May of 2009, I found out that my basketball coach and mentor was diagnosed with ALS Lou Gehrig's disease, which is a fatal disease. They do not have a cure, there's no treatment, and most of the people who are diagnosed with it die within 2 to 5 years.
I was diagnosed with cancer in April of 2006. I had a mastectomy in May, and Masters World Championships were at Stanford that summer, and I swam 2 or 3 months after having a mastectomy, so I was pretty proud of that. And when I was there, I ran into a college friend of mine who was a cancer survivor. She's an amazing person, and she helped me with a project that I had to work with cancer survivors that were master swimmers and coming back to swimming, because it's a little bit hard, it's a little bit difficult to do. And she did Swim Across America for the first time that year and became the Bay Area director, and so she enlisted my help for the following year.
To find a nonprofit for my swim, I considered two criteria. I knew I wanted to help a cause related to swimming because I love the sport and I'd love to support others who do as well. So I chose the Oakland Undercurrents, a swim team with a diverse and talented group of swimmers, some of which can't afford basic swim gear. I also knew that I wanted to support a group I have a more personal connection with, so I chose the $1 for Life Club. They are a community service group that works on small infrastructure projects in developing countries and centers on the idea that if every high school student donated just $1, we could make a huge impact.
I've sent out emails and letters and made a flyer to send to family and friends, and I pass out the flyers at the races to total strangers and just kind of talk to people about what I'm doing.
In order to get donations, I sent out an email to my family and friends and told them about my swim and two nonprofits. Freestyle Academy also contributed by donating all proceeds from the Junior Student Exhibition. I was also able to get Palo Alto Toy and Sport to donate 6 swimsuits and 2 huge boxes of National Swimming t-shirts.
I did 1 lap, 5-second break, 2 laps, 5-second break, 3 laps, 5-second breaks, all the way up to 8 laps, and then go back down.
I try to be in the pool 3 to 4 times a week. I haven't been that well behaved, but I try to do that. So I work out regularly with swimming in the pool, and then I try to get up to Aquatic Park and swim a couple of times before I do that swim.
Today the day is about 60 degrees. It's one weekend before the day of my race, and I'm just training my second time in the bay.
It's adrenaline rush. I like that. I like the challenge of the open water swimming because there are many things you have to challenge yourself: currents, temperature of the water, and also different conditions. So you never know how your swim is going to be. So it's something that I'm always looking for, that kind of a challenge.
You know, we train in a pool, and we did a race like a couple weeks ago, and just like we were swimming straight into the sun. Like, and when you're trying to like figure out, oh, is that the sun or the buoy that I'm supposed to be swimming to? And then you zigzag and it's all bad. Like, oh.
Water's also pretty cold.
Yeah.
The San Francisco Triathlon, the water's about 56 degrees. And you have to wear a wetsuit, and you never train in a wetsuit when you're in a pool, so there's different conditions.
There's the Alcatraz that I'll be swimming from. And I'm in aquatic park now. And I use these 2 cars right here to sight on my way back. I'm currently swimming from this side, pushing over to this side.
When you're swimming for a cause, it's no problem at all. You'll do fine. Like, at 1.7 miles, it sounds really intimidating, but just have something to keep your mind off the sharks and the cold water, and, you know, not thinking that you won't finish, because if you just put your head to it, you'll do fine.
Visualize yourself going strong. You visualize yourself thinking about your cause. You visualize that it's going to be hard and you're going to push through it. And then ultimately you visualize yourself crossing the finish line.
The comparisons between physical pain, like once I like think about what people with ALS are going through, it's just like, come on, kid, like this is nothing. Like, what is wrong with you? Just like step it up. And sometimes in 112 miles, things can get a little boring. Imagine that. So I sing to myself. I like music, and so I'll just kind of sing.
The hardest was the first time I did the straight on Magellan, because I was not expecting 37 degrees of temperature, but if you see a film where I'm swimming halfway, I'm almost ready to give up. And then these dolphins followed me the whole way till the very end. It was like really company that I kept, which it motivated me to keep swimming. I could see their eyes, how they were making me company, and that motivated me to get to the other end, to the finish line.
It's the whole purpose of the swim, because we're raising money to fight cancer, and in the San Francisco Bay Area, the money goes towards fighting pediatric cancers. So I think about that. I think about my friends that are fighting cancer. I think about friends and family that I've lost to cancer, and it just keeps me going.
My kids that I coach, actually, the day before was our last meet, and I was on the blocks before my last race with this club team ever, and I hear one of the kids, he's probably like 8 or 9, and he says, "Go, Coach Andrew." It's so cute. And I kept thinking about him, you know, because a lot of the swim families donated, and I thought I owe it to them, and I owe it to Ron.
I think it's very special to swim in San Francisco Bay, and one of the things that Janelle Jorgensen, who's the president of Swim Across America, does every time we swim is that she says, when you jump in, because we jump in right below the Golden Gate, make sure you look up and you see that bridge and you just recognize how beautiful and a special a place this is. And I can give you the same tip. Even when it's hard, just think about enjoying it and being out there, because it's one of those things where there are very few people that can say that they did it, and you're going to be one of them, which is really cool.
I've never been happier to be on land. I was just that was probably the most tired I've ever been. It was painful, but like, it was, I guess, the best pain I've ever felt, if you want to say that. It's very rewarding, yeah.
In total, I was able to raise $1,605, as well as the donations from Palo Alto Toy and Sport. Overall, it was a lot of work to plan, train, and execute this project, but I feel successful, and the entire experience was very rewarding.